We're going to break down the Nutrition 101. So this is probably the most crucial document you're going to look through today. Take notes, make sure you're paying attention, don't listen to this in the car. Everything that you're going to have questions about around nutrition is probably going to be answered within this document, and also within the transformation is how we're going to get you from here, from A to B. I'm literally going to cover all of it right now within this document. Nutritional hierarchy. So these are the first things we're going to look through. So as you can see, the bottom of the pyramid is largely going to be your calories. So I kind of like look at calories as in fat stored or fat burnt, right? If you break it down to really simple numbers. I know there's a lot of noise in the industry out there saying that you need to just eat real food, calories don't matter, calories do matter, and it gets really confusing. But when you look at the research, undeniably, calories in, calories out is going to determine how much body fat you're going to store or burn. Notice on a close second on that is going to be the protein targets. Now, mostly people think about protein as just building muscle, but it's important for your immune system, bones, your tissues, your whole body is made up of protein. If you controlled only these two variables within this program, okay, you're pretty much 80% there to get in that transformation. These are the most crucial things you're going to focus on in the coming weeks, so make sure you pay attention. It's also going to help you with less soreness, promotes recovery, promotes health, keeps you feeling fuller for longer, and also delivers greater results. So I can't emphasize these two numbers enough. Next thing is going to be your steps. Now, even if you're training 5 hours a week, for example, it would only make up 2.98% of your entire week. And really important to your results, we still have 97% of the week left to be productive. Average step count within the UK, for example, is around 5,000. Just for normal healthy living is 8,000. And for faster results, I would go 10,000. Anything above that is classed as extra cardio and will probably speed up your results as well. So feel free to get as much steps in as you want, but as a bare minimum, 7,000 steps a day is going to be crucial. Real food. So obviously we said calories do matter to your body composition, which is true, but we can't undeniably, real food is the best course of action. Now, the main reasons for this is going to be satiety. You're going to keep you fuller for longer. How are you going to feel? Like your whole body is made up of what you eat. So if you're just eating processed food, junk food all the time, you're very unlikely to feel energetic. Your blood sugar management is going to be all over the place. Your energy is going to be down. Your mood's going to be down. Chances are you're probably more anxious. All of these things are affected from eating processed food. So as a general rule, I would say 80% of your diet needs to be pretty clean, unprocessed food. Obviously still things you enjoy. And that 20% of the time, time on the weekend, out with friends, or you want a sweet treat, they can all be part of a good diet as well. So 20% of the time you can have these processed foods, absolutely no problem. But I would generally always try to stick to the rule of 80%, just because of all the reasons I've mentioned. If you want better energy, you want to look better, you want to feel better, you want better hunger signals, all of these things are going to come down to unprocessed, natural foods. Emphasize the importance of real food, but also it's okay if you still want to have that sweet treat on the weekend, and we can factor these things in and you can still make progress on your journey. More often than not, for most people, it depends on the types, but if you're going out for business lunches or you're going out on the weekends, generally speaking, from Monday to Friday, you'd be pretty consistent with your calories. And then on the weekend, you're probably going to leave yourself a little bit of a buffer, so 500-600 calories extra, where you're going to go out on the weekend and enjoy a meal with family and friends, and maybe a few drinks. This is probably the best approach for most. Lifestyle. Now, when we get into lifestyle, we're kind of covering a few things. Sleep hygiene. So are you getting good quality sleep? Are you able to manage your stress and relax? Now, the problem is with most of us, is we're constantly in this parasympathetic system. You might have heard this as fight or flight system. If you are highly stressed, you're not moving enough, you are relying on stimulants to get throughout the day, you're constantly in this fight or flight. You kind of think of a car you're just revving it to full all day. So you need to make sure we have a time in the day where we can bring ourselves down so we can digest our food, so we don't get digestive issues. We can de-stress. And these things are also going to manage your stress levels, like your HRV maybe starts to improve, your energy, your mood, all of these things are going to be done by a healthy lifestyle. So how are we going to track this? I'd highly advise you tracking all of your food within the app. So we're not jumping from multiple apps. We want to stay in one place only, and execute efficiently. So this is how it's going to look for you. As you can see, if you've got an Apple device, you'll see how we kind of matching the circles up. So you'll see on the right hand side is your calorie target, and the left hand side is what you've eaten. So you'll simply, on another video, I'll show you how to track this properly, but basically try and track through the app as much as you can. If you want to if you're comfortable and you're using MyFitnessPal, and say, Charlie, I really like using MyFitnessPal, I'm used to it, then fine, just go ahead and do that. And what you'll do is on your daily check-in, you'll just input your calories and protein from your MyFitnessPal. There's other apps out there as well, like Chronometer is very accurate, a little bit more expensive if you want to get more of the vitamin profile, etc. But for most, just stick to it in the app. Right, so the daily tracker is quite simple. I've broken this down into the focused habit section where most of you will start, and this is as simple as I can make it for you to get the progress you need. So if you have a scale, I'd probably advise you getting Withings as a scale. You'll be able to sync this into your Apple Health. And once you've synced it within the app, as you'll see, your weights will be auto-populated within the habit tracker. Your steps will also be auto-populated in the tracker. And then you'll simply put your protein and calorie targets in here. Also just a mental reminder for you to make sure you're still hitting your targets and making progress. And your sleep, that will sync as well if it's synced with your Apple Health. If not, you'll just manually adjust this. It doesn't always sync exactly, so I'd always just double check, especially if you're tracking on something like a Whoop, an Oura Ring, or a Garmin or a Fitbit. And then you've also got a section here for any notes. So for example, you can add in didn't sleep very well, woke up multiple times in the day, energy, mood, whatever feedback you want to give me, feel free to enter in the notes section. So cardio and expenditure. If you're including cardio in your program, on top of it, it's not necessary, but I would advise doing cardio as well, because it's going to help you, one, burn more calories, look after that cardiovascular health as well, and help you just generally perform better. But we'll have a one-on-one conversation around how much cardio we are expected. As a minimum, it'll just be your step target, and then if you have more time to allocate or you'd like to do more cardio, then we can also add that into your plan as well. Refeeds and cheat meals. Now, most of us can't wait for this one, but in all honesty, you have to deserve your refeeds and cheat meals. For the first 19 days, I'd expect you to not have any cheat meals and just go fully focused in, because these next few weeks are crucial for you, whether it's visually or on the scales. That's going to motivate you hugely to push forward and progress later down the line. So for the first 19 days, tracking everything meticulously. Whatever goes in your mouth needs to be tracked. I mean, everything at the beginning. So all your veggies, sodas, anything that goes in your mouth, track it. And obviously later down the line, we can back off being so rigid. There you'll be checking in. And if you've got any events coming up, we can then factor in things like a cheat meal. If energy is low, we feel like we need a refeed, or we've just got an occasion with family that we can't miss out on. So we need to factor those in. And that's where you put your feedback on a Sunday. Allow me to plan ahead for you in the future. Putting this all together in 5 areas. This is it. Stay within your average calorie day for the day or for the week. So feel free to move your calories up and down, so go lower. Say Monday to Friday, knowing you want to go have more calories on Saturday, for example, it could be one. Meet your protein target. So make sure you're consistent with your protein target every day, as close as you possibly can, ideally within 10 grams of your target. Number 3 would be meet your step count each day or throughout the week. So for example, if you've got a very busy day of work, you're in the car all day, you're not really getting your steps in, then make sure you get your steps in on the weekend or other times during the week. But generally try and get them in each day. It's going to help with your mood, it's going to help with your energy and focus. So train 3 to 5 times a week. Now if you want to make good progress, you need to be training is 3 times a week. And then if you've got more time to allocate, you can go up to 5 times a week. But we'll discuss that also personally. And then lastly, it's just the basic stuff. It's getting enough sleep. So that would be your 7 to 9 hours. Hydrating, getting 2 to 3 litres of water a day is minimum. And then just manage stress. Make sure you're not in a high stress environment all the time. Okay, I'm going to wrap things up here because it's long enough as it is. Hopefully that's all made sense for you, taking plenty of notes, and you're crystal clear on your standards and expectations over the coming weeks. If you have any further questions, please reach out.